What's good, everyone? It's your boy jthewei here again. I want to talk about why you should never give up, and I have literally the perfect example of this, what happened today. And if you know anything about tennis, my man Rafael Nadal probably pulled off one of, if not the greatest comebacks ever in all of tennis history. I know this isn't a tennis channel, this is more of a self-improvement channel, so I'm not gonna go too technical into tennis. I've played tennis all my life, so I knew what was going on in the match, but I'll word this video in a way so everyone can understand what's going on. Guys, I'm running on fumes right now. I have stayed up since 3 in the morning. I've gotten no sleep just to watch this incredible match that Rafa Nadal played. And my goodness, I am so glad I stayed up for it because it's one of the greatest matches that I've ever seen. And I think we can all learn a life lesson from what Rafa Nadal has taught us from this match. Big Federer fan. I don't have any Nadal gear. I wish I did, but Nadal has truly earned my respect today. I've been watching this guy since 2004, and he never ceases to amaze me with his spirit and his fighting ability. The man is a gladiator on a court. You have heard it has been said over and over again, if you want to achieve your dreams and goals, you should never ever give up. Most of what your typical famous person has gone through, whether if it's Hollywood or sports, is that they've tried over and over again. And the people who have given up are the ones that did not want to stick along with their goals long enough because they gave up on it. They thought it would never come out, or they had too much fear that their dreams would actually come to fruition. There's a saying that our biggest fears is that we fear what we can become. And we, as in society, especially people that raise us to go to school, get a job, have been brainwashed to think that that is your life. But in reality, you are capable of doing more than you could ever possibly imagine. Because let's be real, we're all human, we all have flaws. There's nothing that really makes us that different from each other besides our mentality. And I understand that, some people have gifted physical abilities, but the people who have successful businesses are the ones that stuck with it long enough. They're just the same as you and I, except they were willing to push through fear, failure, and rejection. Now, how does Rafa Nadal's situation apply to all this? Let me explain to you. Just 6 months ago, Rafa Nadal was considering retiring. And this guy lost to Djokovic in the French Open last year, and that was his favorite tournament. He basically took the rest of the year off. He didn't play in the US Open either. He was trying to recover from foot surgery, and this whole time he was contemplating retiring. And what is truly amazing about this is that in this opportunity he just played in the Australian Open. He did not practice too much either. He admitted that, and he is just coming off of injury, and he's playing in the Australian Open, and he's 35 years old. And I remember everybody at my work saying Nadal is done for. He probably only has one more French Open left in him, and that's it. Everyone was saying Rafa was declining. He requires too much on his physical ability in his game to succeed in the game of tennis, and that he would be way too tired to continue. But of course, as great as Rafa Nadal is, he proved everybody wrong. Yes, he is older. In an interview, he admitted he's not 21 years old anymore. Earlier in the Australian Open, one of the earlier matches, I think against Shapovalov, when he played 5 sets against him. I'm not going to lie, I was a little concerned about his energy too. But time and time shows again that his fighting spirit is so tough that he's able to elevate his game even further as the match goes on. Now, in that final, just a few hours ago, 3 a.m. in this morning in American Eastern Time, Rafa Nadal lost the first 2 sets to Medvedev. In tennis Grand Slams, you have to win the best 3 out of 5 slams. So Nadal was faced with the impossible. At the age of 35, after coming off of a foot surgery, he was supposed to come back against a youngster who won the last Grand Slam against Djokovic. He was supposed to win 3 sets in a row against him, and he was playing terribly in the first 2 sets. He was missing very easy shots. He gave away a lot of opportunities, and it's so easy at that point just to give up and throw the towel in and say that you're done for. But Rafa Nadal had different plans. In the third set, Medvedev was almost able to close it out. He had 3 chances to break his serve and then be able to serve for the set. However, Nadal shows his mental toughness over and over again as I've been watching him since 2004. The guy just simply does not give up. Medvedev even said that in the interview that I've watched, that he felt like Rafa Nadal turned up his game and he was like a different player in the last 3 sets. And it just shows you that if you want to accomplish something, a goal, just because the odds are against you, it doesn't mean that you should give up. Because if there is a sliver of hope, if there's still light left, and if you have still gas left in the tank, the moment you give up is when you let somebody else win. And if you are still able to win, why not try to win? These are the stories that are celebrated the most. The guys who overcome the improbable, the hardest things in the world. Every time that you fall down and you put yourself in a deficit is an opportunity for you to rise. Your story just simply becomes greater. If you see your goals and your success stories like this, when you get your ass beat down and when things are tough in life, it makes your story greater if you overcome it. And that personally, that gives me all the motivation to get up on my feet every single day to work hard. And because Rafa Nadal fought back in those next 3 sets, he won 3 sets in a row. And it was honestly the most nerve-wracking match one of the most nerve-wracking matches I've ever seen. It's up there with Federer's 2017 Aussie Open match. This man, because he didn't give up, he became the first person and the only person to have 21 Grand Slam titles, which is the most out of any man in history. And the fact that the naysayers were all saying that he'd never be able to come back and that he had to retire, and Nadal proved everybody wrong. And now is the most Grand Slams out of any man, out of all time. Man, this story is incredible. And Rafa Nadal is truly an inspiration to me. As a Federer fan, I can appreciate him with all my heart because he has certainly made the sport better, and he is he's an icon. And he is an example for anybody, if they say that they don't have much talent, right? Nadal is the perfect example that hard work can overcome talent. This guy was born naturally right-handed, but his uncle made him play with the left hand, his non-dominant hand. And he 21 Grand Slams with that. This just shows you that if you have a fighting spirit to keep going, to keep fighting, and then if you can overcome disabilities, and in this case Rafa doesn't have a disability, but he is overcoming a disadvantage with playing with his left hand. It just shows you if you work hard enough, you can achieve anything. If you put your mind into anything in this life, you can achieve it. I tell you today, whatever goal is that you have, no matter how much you get beat down, and if you know that is truly what you want to do, you just put your heart, your soul, and your mind into it. And when you come and when you fail, you just keep pushing through it, and you take every failure as a learning opportunity. How many times did Rafa Nadal lose the Australian Open ever since he won in 2009? He lost the 2012 final, which was a very painful match against Djokovic. He lost 2014 against Wawrinka in the final. He lost the 2017 final and the 2019 final. He could have simply just given up on the Australian Open. You never touch the Australian Open again. Just focus on the French. But this guy won it in the most improbable fashion, coming off of surgery at the age of 35. This is the perfect example of why you should never give up, and you should always push forward to accomplish the dreams it is if you truly want to achieve them. All right, guys, I could talk forever about Rafa Nadal. He's truly one of the most inspirational figures in my life, and I've learned a lot from him. And I know this is an intense channel, but I hope y'all enjoyed this analysis of not giving up. And I personally, this has been on my mind, watching that incredible match ever since 3 o'clock this morning. I just want to say again, congrats, Rafa Nadal. I've been watching you since 2004, and you're a true inspiration to me. Alright guys, that ends it for this video. Comment down below if you want to see anything new, and remember to like the video and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. jthewei out.